Some of the latest refugees from the war against Boko Haram seeking safety in a camp in Nigeria's northeastern Adamawa state.
Just in this transit camp, 600 plus people arrived from Cameroon last night. And this is the part of the world where there is a high degree of displacement, a lot of violence, and a lot of confusion about whether or not people can return to their homes. I think it's very important to listen to the people themselves.
And the story some of the new arrivals are telling is disturbing. They say the attackers were not Boko Haram, but troops from Cameroon.
They came, chased us out, burnt our houses, took our animals, and even stole our money.
Cameroon's military has denied that. A government spokesman says its troops respect human rights, but that it has carried out operations on several border villages in coordination with Nigeria's soldiers. Forces from Nigeria and several of its neighbors have been fighting Boko Haram. They've driven the group from much of the territory it seized last year. But there have been tensions among the partners about who is running the operation and how far Nigeria's neighbors can encroach on its territory, and a growing concern that innocent civilians are being caught up in the offensive. Kofamrenje, CCTV.
Let's get an update on that story. I'm now joined live from Abuja by CCTV's Sophia Dengo. Sophie, what has been the Nigerian government's response to these claims by refugees?
Well, the Nigerian military authority, Penina, maintains that the Nigerian government wishes to reiterate its total commitment and determination to the war against Boko Haram. However, they have not commented on the specific, account by these eyewitnesses of a raid from Cameroon military authorities into a Nigerian village. About 150 of those refugees now in an internally displaced camp in Maiduguri, known as Furor. Maiduguri, as you know, has been constantly bombarded by cross-border, conflict, and these areas designated to not only Nigerian displaced persons, but also persons from the region. Penina.
So around how many foreign troops, Sophie, are currently fighting Boko Haram, and from where? And also, how often do they enter Nigeria to fight the militants?
Well, this coordinated offensive is really 5 countries: Nigeria, Niger, Chad, Benin, and Cameroon, all working together from this Lake Chad basin. They all do share, geographical space and border. And in the case of Cameroon and Nigeria, it is vast territory. The Nigerian president, Muhammad Buhari, as well as the Cameroonian president, met in July to really discuss how they can have a closer link in fighting cross-border conflict and Boko Haram that seems to be propagated into Cameroon. And the Cameroon authorities maintain that it is a Nigerian problem, but Nigeria is overlooking that. And not only that, but the multinational joint offensive is about 9,000 troops, all coming together and agreeing on what they're calling Operation Hot Pursuit, that indeed if one country or one nation realizes that there is insurgent activity, has the permission to cross into another nation's territory and fight until they pursue that member of militancy, or if it's a suspected Boko Haram terrorist is actually given permission to cross into sovereign territory that is not designated to themselves in order to subdue what is now known as the enemy. Penina.
So then, can we expect an investigation into these claims?
Well, as you know, these transit communities or transit areas and these internally displaced camps really go at lengths to documenting these eyewitnesses' accounts, and also making sure that they document who comes in and who goes out, not only as a matter of security, but also in order to reintegrate these populations and communities back to where they've come from. The injustice really here is that some of these persons and innocent civilians are not only casualties of these raids, either from the Cameroonian border or from the Nigerian side and beyond, but also have not been in their homes for nearly 6 years now. So there is a screening and a listening to the accounts coming from different parts of the regional space, even with this recent raid in Cameroon. And of course, investigations are to follow. Penina.
All right, Sophia Dengo, live for us there in Abuja. Many thanks, Sophie.